Rose went to interview two comedians, Vince Fluck and Nick Sung, at the Comedy Club Theatre in London. It's for over 18 only. Hope you enjoy it.
Hey, I'm Vince Fluck. This here's Nick Sung.
Yep, I'm a hot air balloon entrepreneur.
Really?
No.
Cool.
Yeah, you're.
I'm just being needlessly
That's a good way of staying free.
evasive. Yeah.
Being a hot air balloon entrepreneur is a good way of
Yeah.
staying free.
Well, Richard Branson.
Yeah, I used to land in
Yeah.
towns.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, that dude's done all right with hot air balloons.
Oh my god, I'm looking for my shirt.
Yes, he is.
I've got some as well. Did you choose that one?
I chose a ginger one.
Oh yeah.
What's that one?
My memory of seasons.
What's
Violet.
violet? Wow.
I'll tell you what, you guys can taste it because I'm nervous. And we're in
The Comedy Cafe
in
Theatre.
Shoreditch, London.
yeah.
Yes.
And you guys are the two support acts for
For
The two
Tom.
pre-headliners.
two pre. There you are. Lucky you're here.
Yeah. For Tom Rhodes, who's one of my favorites. One of your favorites?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Why
man.
do you put me on the spot like that, Pat?
Just
One of your favorites.
Tom's like an old hippie soul surfer who, of his generation, really
Thank you.
broke some trails. So it's always fun to reconnect with him. You know, because he's on a good journey.
He's just a cool guy. He's
Yeah.
a cool, down-to-earth guy.
You were all brilliant. All three of you.
Oh, thank you.
Well, I liked your. You know what joke I liked of yours best?
Fireball?
I liked your last joke best.
Oh, okay.
I thought it was brave
Oh,
and funny and true.
Thanks.
All those things.
Yeah, I don't get to break that one out often.
No.
Hello guys,
Hey.
man.
how's it going?
Going
Not too
good?
bad.
You good?
Yeah, never
Every time I see
better.
this guy with like this like the hair off, I was like, who is this guy? Well,
Well, I didn't recognize you without your hat on.
I know. There you go. Hello,
Rose, good
Marcel. Nice to meet you. You
Some
okay?
chocolate.
I'm fine, thank you.
We're
Thank you very
recording
much.
at the moment, just so you know.
Oh shit!
Oh, that's
No,
alright.
don't be silly.
Way to ruin it.
Sorry,
Come here, son.
This was a big break.
Never break.
This is David Letterman right here.
I'm good, thanks, Will.
I will be. Don't you like it?
Hmm?
Do you not like it?
Yeah, I think it's awesome.
You can have
I
some
just
more.
want to eat all your
Don't be
chocolate. I
silly.
got to borrow my own.
Don't worry, it's okay.
Alright, then. Go on then.
It's for eating, isn't it?
You guys like try that?
Really? Alright.
It's quite. You know, we're gonna have an event here like next month.
Okay.
These guys sort of like you know, sort of like say 3 Jägermeister and Pernod, like.
Okay, so
Okay.
licorice.
It's alright, it's not that bad. Like there's 43 types of herbs and whatever is there.
Oh,
I like that herbie
Yeah.
stuff.
Hey, this has
Yeah.
been opened.
And the colours
It's been
of
open
chocolate.
already.
Weird.
No. Open
What is
it.
a weird nice one? Absinthe.
Okay. Because in case you guys like it, yeah, there's another bottle there just to.
Oh, okay.
So-
Thanks, man.
Thanks, Marcel.
Cheers, buddy.
Oh, that smells great.
Yeah, it smells good, isn't it? We're gonna have an event here next month for these guys. It's gonna be you know, a few like Spanish sort of.
Oh, yum, it's vanilla-y.
Yeah, it's quite nice. Like for cocktail making, it's cool.
Yeah.
Like.
It's like a panty remover.
It's like a,
Hey, Vince,
Vanilla,
do you want
but-
to say what it is for the podcast?
We're brought to you by 43 Licor. 43
So,
degrees.
how's it going with violet chocolate?
It's quite good, trust me.
I wouldn't.
Just have it in
I
nip.
think we're going to have to pick things up for this podcast.
What do you mean?
I don't know, it's like everyone has podcasts, and I don't know.
Well,
Oh,
this
right.
is like an underground music artist film.
Cool, that's
Website.
lovely.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? So, and now they're branching into comedy, which is good.
Oh, cool.
Where it overlaps. Because one of the things that we were going to talk about was your playlists.
The which?
Your playlists.
Playlist?
Top 5 playlists.
Oh, for
Do you
music.
know what I asked Tom?
Yeah.
Yeah? And he reeled off all these Elvis Presley numbers.
All right.
Yeah? You've had time to think about it, Vince. We were
I
discussing it.
didn't. Ooh.
Ah! Go on. on, top 5 playlists.
What's the playlist?
Your top 5 songs.
Ah, there's too many.
That's what Vince said, and I still wasn't having any of it.
Narrow it down to 5.
I don't know. Well, asking someone what the music choices are is always a little question because then people go, I gotta express my full expanses of what my identity is. Some kind of like, progressive electro, dub, reggae, hip hop, kind of metal. But yeah, I don't know. I can't keep track of all the genres now.
Skin
They're
Red.
just making
Like
shit
that.
up. Who's Skin Red?
They're like,
And there's too many names, like all weird fucking band names. It's like you can't invest that much. Unless you're a music journalist, how do you devote your life to see? Oh, you're a music journalist, aren't you? I didn't mean it that way. It wasn't derogatory.
you're cool.
Sorry?
You're cool.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Really? Finally?
Obviously.
You've reached coolness, man.
Oh, just by elevating myself above everyone else?
Yeah. So it's
Lonely.
done.
So lonely being cool.
No, you're cool because you think in a cool way. Both of you do. No, it's,
I like this. It tastes like...
really tasty. It's
what's
lovely.
that almond liquor?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
know, amaretto.
Amaretto.
Yeah.
I love that too.
The music, yeah, it's tough to scrape together just 5 songs, 5 bands, never mind 5 songs.
Okay, I got one.
Go on
The
then.
Congo's Lee Scratch Perry. That's like vintage roots reggae. That's an amazing song.
Vince can have a go. You can do it one after the other.
All right, I would have to say I love Ween.
Oh yeah,
Chocolate and Cheese is one of my favorite albums of all time.
That walked me as a kid. I listened to that at
Yeah.
13, and it fucked my head
Yeah,
up.
the AIDS song.
Oh yeah, I saw them live, man, and they opened with the AIDS, and everyone was just yelling AIDS. ding, 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 ding. That was great. Actually, yeah, Ween.
It always puts me in a good mood when I listen to Ween, or Frank Zappa puts me in a good mood.
Yeah.
I really love Mr. Bungle and
Mr. Bungle.
Mike Patton. I think is
Yeah,
the
there's
greatest
too many. There's
vocalist
too many fucking.
of his generation. The stuff that he can go from a deep growl to a high shrill
yeah,
and
but
just a
back to back.
turn, and he beatboxes underneath
Yeah,
everything, and the way he orchestrates. I stood side stage to Faith No More at the Leeds Festival.
Oh, yeah.
They gave me a backstage pass, so I got to sit on the side, and I had never seen him live, and I didn't realize how much he orchestrated the band and how much beatboxing he put underneath, and really.
Oh yeah, he's
He's a genius on 10 different levels of performance. You're like, this guy on a whole
Yeah.
different level from the rest of the field.
I like cartoon music as well. I was listening to that the other day. It's really good.
Do you guys ever listen to music when you're writing?
I find it distracting.
Unless it's jazzy stuff in the background that gives you a certain impromptu tempo and stuff. I know George Carlin used to write to jazz music a lot, and you can hear it in the meter of his words, in his syncopations of and especially when he goes into complex alliterations, and you hear him just roll it off, and it just got that musical beat.
I can see how that would.
Yeah.
I like the clicking.
Where do you write? In the park?
I write in my room first thing in the morning.
What time?
Whenever I wake up.
Do you wake up early?
This is when I do write, though. There are long periods where I just don't write. Yeah, well, just, I don't know. When I have an empty stomach, I can write better. And it's
Because
just...
that's interesting.
Well, it's kind of logical. If you all your energy is devoted to digestion, for me, well then your mind's
Nothing going
slow.
on in your head.
And also, I find your senses down in the morning because you just kind of just woke up. So that's when I walk. Or maybe when I come back, if I can't sleep, I just.
Yeah, after shows sometimes can be the best time. Or if I'm walking.
I mean, I never write. It just
it-
comes.
Yeah, you improvise on the space. But if I'm walking, then my metabolism picks up and my thoughts get clearer.
Yeah, that's true.
And then you want having just flashbacks
Yeah,
of thoughts that you didn't complete earlier that just worked themselves through your brain. You're bam, 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 and things spark. You find yourself laughing to yourself, and then when you're able to get on stage that night, you'll find a way bubbling to the surface.
Yeah. Or when I find when I'm washing dishes when I'm asleep, that's when I come up with my best stuff.
were saying about stuff that then comes up on stage.
Yeah.
But do you actually write it?
Well,
or do you just have it and then it comes up on stage?
Well, sometimes you can, if you need to orchestrate a concise set list, then you'll go through the mental gymnastics of preparing something, but you would never stick to script because you're not an actor.
Yeah.
It's like, I find if I sit and write an idea, I'll wind up overwriting it, and then it's useless to me when I'm on stage. But if I just grasp onto the essence of the ideas that made me laugh, and then I go on stage and rewrite it in the moment, then it'll have like an organic bounce back. Because when the audience laughs back at you, then it locks it into your memory as, okay, there's the golden moment of that, right? But without that, like bouncing it back off an audience, it could be a funny idea, but you don't want to ever get too wordy in your thoughts of what you're trying to orchestrate. I find that's detrimental, like, because taking a script and like just doesn't work, For me, anyway.
I personally, I have a team of writers in a test audience, and I get them to fill out market research questionnaires.
How much does that cost you, man?
Thank you.
Thanks.
I was just like,
dude, I was all stoked. I thought, man, maybe I could like join your market research team.
I was just wondering about your team of writers who came up with your joke about the cheese tonight.
The what?
I was thinking about the team of writers that you'd have to come up with your joke about the cheese tonight. That was so funny.
Did I have a joke about?
No, about your one night stand. Cheese. Cheese. Cheese.
Did you have that later?
I didn't say cheese.
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 Wasn't it cream cheese? What is it he said? It's my memory.
No, I said I've been at the back of a seafood restaurant on a hot day.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
There was no. It did actually. You know what? Ironically, it actually tasted like. Did you ever have those chicken in the biscuits?
Chicken in the biscuits.
I swear to God, my vagina tastes like chicken in the biscuits.
Chicken in.
They're like chicken flavored biscuits. But I remember just like, this isn't right.
Chicken biscuits.
Yeah, like well, it's basically it's definitely an Australian product. Maybe you guys don't get it, but it's called chicken in a biscuit. It's just chicken flavored biscuits.
Is it that?
It tastes like chicken flavored.
Like dog food.
No, it's not like. It's not like that.
Like
it wasn't like that.
Biscuit. That's what you're describing. Chicken.
Go through some rough times, man. Though. It was like chicken flavored crisps. But look, I don't know what the fuck white Peter's tastes like. It's probably horrible as well.
But isn't it's the best though, like when you're able to freeform ideas on stage and pull ideas that you had under the surface, like that hadn't bubbled on stage, but you find like that like spark of the moment and you just roll off. Your brain puts together like an organic structure of how it should go, and it's like a relationship with the audience, and something like that makes you feel like alive on stage, like and you get buzz off.
Then there's the other 9 times where it just fails.
But when it's not being forced, sometimes you have to force it and almost fake it because the crowd is like unmanageable. So you gotta like step. Other times the crowd's right in the pocket and they're feeding back off the moment, so you can kind of go into esoteric tangents that work, and becomes very artful. And then like having a crowd in a theater pocket, like a lot of comics when they go off circuit, they realize like how much funnier they actually are when the crowd's there to see them as a name, and they're already. I was talking to Tom Stade about this.
That's exactly how I feel.
He's like, I'm like Vince is on a whole other level, man. It's like I could say anything, and so he's writing on stage in front of a big, massive theater. And that, that's like kind of the place you want to get to.
No, it's true. Like when people didn't know who I was, it was very hard to write my shows. But now that I perform in front of a lot of people, it just comes. It's like I'm a channel.
Sometimes you remind me like if like not to like make you feel uncomfortable with compliments. Like what Kurt Cobain with music when he tried to decompress formula, because like you knowing formulas at work half the time, like chorus first chorus, like
shotgun face.
Yeah, shotgun a bit. Yeah, but when you know the formula, then you want to break the rules of it. And the other thing I love about your comedy is you know something's going to work, so you'll digress to something that will challenge you to stay engaged. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, that's all very meticulously planned out. That's why I got the team.
But it's those spontaneous moments that make it like.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Like make it worth doing, you know. Yeah,
It's
like,
pretty interesting listening to you two guys talking about it.
Really?
God, yes.
You're in the minority then.
Yeah, because, well, I find it really interesting.
All right.
Because you basically both just said how you write. Because you've explained how you write, which is like a kind of
well, it goes through
process.
different stages. So.
Yeah. Well, then,
And
then I cut out. Then I print it all out, and then I cut up little pieces, and I find out associational through lines, and then I tack it up on my wall, and then I jerk off, and I smear semen and blood all over it just to bless it. Like with magical powers, much like you Gideon shamans do. And I'll just let it sit and marinate for a while. And I have these very visionary dreams, usually about having a girlfriend.
It is a marination process when you got a complex idea that you're like, oh, this is like a really funny idea, but you like don't know how to get it out. You try it a few times on stage, and it's like hit and miss, and then you forget about it, and then it's like a stew pot.
20 years later.
It's like a stew pot, and then your subconscious still like working on the ideas and making associations, and then one day it's just ready to eat, and it just.
And it tastes like shit.
Some nights. And it
I'm sorry, I'm just being negative.
Throws itself out there, and it winds up like, and ripping into a whole other tangent that you didn't even know
totally.
was there.
Sometimes it's not even the joke. It's like the side bit.
Or if you're inspired on something in
throwaway
life.
line.
Like for me, when I'm on an adventure, when I'm traveling to new places that I've always wanted to travel and see, and I happen to be able to do shows too, then I just find like it just fires off like all kinds of like great ideas, just and they reframe themselves in the moment, and old ideas I was tired of, finding them like a new dynamic, you know. So it's a process. Like it goes through so many layers. Like it's like a symphony. So you can't just pick out one note. You know, like everyone's process is a little different. I've run into some people are so meticulous, getting up at 10 o'clock and writing for 2 hours every day, and probably out of that 2 hours.
Just 2 hours?
Well, that 2 hours, only 5 minutes of that pays off on the stage, you know, and they go through that process, and some guys carry that on through their whole career, and then other guys will throw
what
that
I've
away.
discovered recently? It's hanging out with people on comedians.
yeah. That,
and having a life outside of comedy.
Exactly, that does. That
I've
is
learned more
important.
from that in the last 3 years in doing comedy.
That is important. When I first came to the UK,
horrible people. Comedians
only people I knew were comedy people, and I just felt claustrophobic.
That's all they talk about.
And then when I started exploring the rest of the country and real people, it just made me feel alive and real.
Yeah, it just made me feel so much better than them.
What's your favourite topic outside of comedy?
I don't know. It really varies.
Late term abortion.
Really?
No. I love watching those. They're
I'd probably
awesome.
say ethical dilemmas.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that's what I get into.
What's your favourite normal life topic?
Well, for me,
We'll
it's
see,
theoretical physics and the way the universe kind of folds together on itself.
I
I really have always been fascinated by that since I was a little kid, on the existential level of like how things. It touches philosophy and social anthropology and like all those things, but yeah, you try not to get too brainy about it because I'm not an expert on that stuff. But I would love, I love sitting talking to people who are like university professors and like people that travel the world or dudes that have like fought in wars and just hear their perspective on the big picture of things. Yeah, you know, just so you know it rounds out because on this like for me, there's almost like a level of like Buddhist exploration of life or Taoism on how you just gotta ride with the flow of what's going on around you, and the more engaged in that flow you are, the more alive you feel. And if you could bring that to stage, then your stage improves. And anytime you get locked into any ego construct, it kills you. Yeah, because there's so many ego rewards in this business that it can trip you up. Like someone blows sunshine up your
I don't know
ass.
about you, but I do it purely for the people.
Yeah.
When I see the smiles in their faces.
My favorite is horrify the crowd. I don't know, especially if they're difficult or they've lost my respect, and I'm like, oh, you didn't like that. Oh, in my back of my head, you're really not gonna like this. So there's a line you guys defined. I'm gonna take it over that line, and you take it one step over, they hate you. Take a second step over, they hate you a little bit less, and then you take it a third step over, they come around and respect you. Right? It becomes like this dynamic, you know, and that's my favorite.
Starts in hate and then ends in uncomfortability, and just get off, man. Mm-hmm. Why did you have to stay twice as long? Why we didn't like you half as much? I mean, it's good. Everything's good. Trying to be positive.
But in America, I love performing in America because they are disengaged with the active politics of their country, but when you talk about it on stage, they feel involved. So it's almost like the stuff I want to talk about, I can't talk about in the UK because everyone's kind of already aware of it. So preaching the converted. And the perverted, yeah. But in America, it's like they really feel like you're on stage, you're making a difference. You know, there's that active engagement in the moment instead
Those
of like.
Fools.
What's that?
Oh, I was just talking about how they feel like they're making a difference.
Yeah.
And I said, those fools.
They are fools, man.
Everyone's fools.
But like growing up in Canada, I don't know if Australia's the same way. Like, there's an authenticity to the moment that we live, the vibrancy. And in America, you know that the impact is immediate and can have some global resonance. Whereas in Canada, oh, that's great, but does it impact anywhere outside? You know what I mean? Like there's like a muzzle on what you can say.
In America?
In Canada.
I think there's a massive muzzle in America as well, man.
But the subversive culture there is so resonant.
But
like
it's resonant, but it has to struggle so
their
hard
underground
because it's
is
against
larger,
such a big...
But their underground economy is larger than the mainstream economy of like Canada or Britain or
I don't know. I don't know. I didn't see much underground stuff. The stuff that purported to be underground there was not. They just dressed like they were underground. You know what I mean?
All right, you might caught them in a bad mood.
Like, oh, you're just doing one-liners, but you're dressed like an indie folk rocker. Great.
They just do fashion.
But I want to see the underground stuff, but I saw it in Chicago.
Yeah, I'll show you Austin, Texas.
I saw a little bit in Austin, but to be honest, not that much.
All right.
Like, if anything, a lot of comics didn't talk to me after I said I did.
Really?
Yeah, where I was talking about how my lesbian friend cross-dressed me. And that's when I realized that I wasn't.
We're in Texas.